𝗂𝗏𝗃 was expensive in his second over. 13 runs came from his second over, the third of the innings, but he did take a wicket. And Mohamed Ilyas looking to see if he can replicate some of that success in terms of wickets, hopefully from his standpoint without the runs. Bowling to Joshua Trump. Here's the soft hands, runs it down to deep third for a single.
Yeah, he looks organized, doesn't he? He looks very technically sound, Joshua Trump. And you can just look at the positive mindset that he has. Already a six in his innings that he picked earlier on. And obviously the fact that even the ball is not there to hit, he's played with softer hands and looking to create gaps and picking up single. Good batting, very good batting.
Nitish Kumar off the back foot helps himself down the ground for 4. Stand and deliver stuff. His weight transfer was to the back foot, but helps it over the infield for 4.
Yeah, that's a very good short arm jab. That is a very good punch. And he did not try to hit it too hard. All he wanted to do is get it over the top of the infield, and that's exactly what he did manage to do. And have another look at this. Nice short arm jab off the back foot, and he's put that away. One
Lovely shot.
bounce to the fence.
Lovely shot. You would have seen again when the U.S. played Pakistan in the World Cup. Nitish Kumar is the man who hit the last ball of the 20th over mid-off to send the game to the super over. Oh, good ball. Much better deliver that time from Mohamed Ilyas. No run.
Now just keeps the shade low here. What's the reason? As he's having a look at the bat, whether he's okay. At times, yeah, they have an indication that he might just need to change the bat. He's not happy. He's just thinking because it just hit him right at the bottom of the bat.
Mm-hmm. All these modern cricketers show up at the park with 4, 5, 6 bats each. Wouldn't be surprised if we were to make that switch sometime soon. Down the leg side. Oh, it's a no ball. No ball signaled here by umpire Mark Ebanks. It went down the leg side, so could have been adjudged as wide. But for those of you who are not aware of the rule, a no ball supersedes a wide. So even though it went down the leg side, the fact that he overstepped takes precedence.
Yeah, the bat changes. We've got a couple of bats coming towards him.
Uh-huh.
And he's now picked up 2. No, that's the one. Yeah. Listen, like the one that he played that shot with.
Now, the same bat that just got that sweet shot, that short arm jab over mid on for 4. Very next ball, it stayed low and he defended it. What could have been wrong with that bat in that instance for him to need to switch? This is going to be the free hit delivery. Short, slower bouncer. Ramiz Raja with a good piece of keeping eventually. Obviously, even had he taken that, he would not have been dismissed because it was a free hit. Let's see what happens here.
Clever piece of bowling. Really short, but on a slower side. So he was through the shot very early, and gets it on his left hand.
Yeah, looking at it live, I didn't catch that, but that replay shows that it came off of the hand of the batter, so it would not have been off of the arm. So missed the glove, came off the arm, so it wouldn't have been out in any event. Good delivery, but he pinches a single here to Hassan Khan at backward point.
Yeah, I think that has to be the case for the bowlers to realize the fact that yes, so once in a while you need to take the pace off the ball and try to bowl as many cutters as you can because the ball it's literally doing nothing. It's good conditions, and I feel that this can turn out to be another high-scoring affair here. We saw Atlanta Fire putting in a big total of 181 in the first match.
Down the ground, but there's protections. 𝗂𝗏𝗃 is the man who makes sure that that is just a single to close out over number 5. Good start here for the Knight Riders United, 44-1 after 5. So 5 overs in the books. And it is going to be another bowling change. It's going to be 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃, ball in hand, bowling from the northern end of the ground. Partnership just starting to grow. Now worth 20. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 Kumar 18 from 16. Joshua Trump 12 from 8. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 Kumar with 3 4s. Joshua Trump with 1 6. And again, now it's going to be 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 to continue bowling from the northern end. Close to Joshua Trump. Last over of the power play. Just the backward points. No run there to start over number 6.
A good start to the over. And again, rolling the fingers over, trying to bowl those cutters. And I think that's the right option because they might just surprise the batter.
There is the man, the myth, the legend, the great Vinod Mamchan. Hopefully he'll enjoy this when he goes back and watches the video later on. Left arm over the wicket to Joshua Trump. Couple of good dot balls here. So you've started out well here, 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃. No score yet off of him.
Yeah, this was onto the pads. Yeah, I thought there was an opportunity to put that away, but it's straight to the fielder. Also cramping him for some room. Yeah, you can see the fielder is indicating that this is a surface where you need to bowl the cutters for the seamers. So you got to have those skills.
Just into the area, just wide of mid-off. But the mid-off fielder does well enough to keep it to a single.
I just thought that maybe they're trying to hit a little bit too hard. And you can see the indication from his left hand that maybe there was a bit of a cut after the ball had pitch, rolling the fingers over. So they need to just take a little bit time to play their shots because you can play a little bit early. And if you do, then you might just hit that in the air. That's what the bowler and the fielding side will be hoping for.
Halfway through his first over here. Sliced away over the top. Nobody's in the deep out there. A couple of bounces and 4.
Too wide. Pays the price. No fielder at third. And there is a short third inside the circle. Look how wide that is. So really went after it. Doesn't really matter where it goes as long as it goes over the boundary. One bounce to the fence. Spoils the over.
So this now becomes an over where you've scored 4 or 5 runs. You're wanting to make sure that no more damage is done. Let's see what he comes up with here. Runs this to short third. Good awareness by Joshua Trump, immediately noting the opportunity for the run. 1 ball left here in over number 6.
Yeah, this is good batting. This is good, sensible batting. They're not really going after the bowling. What they're doing is just waiting for a bad delivery. They've already got one bad delivery, which they have put away for a boundary. And then looking to rotate strike. Yeah, once your top order delivers the good, once they laid a solid foundation, then they've dugout, the players in the dugout, it start to become a little bit more relaxed.
Interestingly, the last ball of the power play, they've dropped back 2 men straight, long on and long off around the boundary. Slapped square with the 2 men straight. That will always give you runs, and you cannot have 2 men straight and then bowl short and wide. That is the end of over number 6. The power play is done, and the 50 is up. Exactly, 50 for 1.
Yeah, again, a little bit too wide and easy. He just sits up. All you have to do is put bat to ball and square of the wicket on the offside. So 4 to finish the over. And the 50 for Knight Riders United comes up. 50 for 1 after 6. Fighting? Oh, go on the other side because they got camera is blocking in view of the camera behind. That's what meeting you see. I have, I have no clue.
So there's the man right there who is not only the supreme storyteller supreme, but now he's apparently the umpiring coordinator, telling the umpires where to stand. So by the way, bowling changed from the southern end. This is going to be Anwar Ali Khan. And that name, Anwar Ali Khan, reminds me of Syed Anwar. Have you ever, or did you ever play against him?
Yep.
Tell me about Syed Anwar,
Oh,
one of my favorite players ever.
what a player! What a player was he! I remember that innings in that was at Chennai when he smashed 194 in a one-day international. Like that was against India. I mean, at that time, it was unheard of. I mean, now
Yes.
since the invention of T20 cricket, you can expect people to go and blast their way off and great start with the bat and big hundreds into. But in those days, the way he played, I thought he's one of the finest left-handers, not only Pakistan produced, but I think one of the
The world.
finest
Oh, no question.
in the circuit. Oh,
Mhm.
what a player, touch player, and not a big lad,
Mhm.
left-hander, opening batter. Oh, classy, very, very classy.
Oh my goodness. Hammered straight, but Ziaul Haq. Good work. Cuts that off. Might have well gotten to the boundary had he not stopped that. That's a single to mid on. Mid off, my apologies. In that double wicket tournament that you and I were talking about off air, he played in that tournament,
Yeah. Hmm.
as did you. And there was a skinny Jamaican guy running around in the outfield, dropping catches, but generally fielding well. You might have seen him before.
Well, I can see him now right next to me.
Well played into the deep. There's coverage out there. So, yes, there's now protection in the deep. And you have the opportunity to be a little bit more defensive with the field settings. So, tell me about the mentality of this part of the innings for the batting side. Your partnership is growing. It's now worth 32. Are you continuing to get the ones and twos where you are now and then put away the bad ball? Do you have any other thought about that?
Just keep going the way they have batted so far in this partnership. Don't want to do anything silly here because wickets. If they start to lose wickets, then that's trouble.
Hmm.
But just keep batting.
That is good work. Absolutely good work. Defended this into the offside. Nitish Kumar, in particular, to me, looks like he's switched on. 24 from 20, 4 fours. If the ball is there to be hit, he has shown the capacity to hit, but he's being very patient and not necessarily taking any risks.
And one of them has to go big here. One of them has to play a long innings here. And the longer he bats, one of them, if not both of them, then you'll see them striking them at a good strike rate.
Oh, tell you what, he bent his back and dug that one in, but the ball didn't really bounce very much. Goes down the leg side also, so something to think up there. Oh, by the way, also given as a wide. My apologies, missed that wide. So you're gonna have to re-bowl that. Umpire Mark Eubanks with the call. Still 2 balls remaining here in over number 7. Interesting. It almost seems like the pitch is slower now than it was as compared to this morning. Worked into the deep for single.
Yeah, it's because of the fact that the bowlers, streamers are taking the pace of the ball and trying to bowl not with full pace, but all they were trying to do is trying to bowl the cutters.
Mhm.
So where they feel that there might be a bit of a grip on the surface because the slower the surface gets, it can assist, should assist the spinners. And you're trying to bowl fast spin here. The off cutters, it's a fast off spin.
Mhm. Last ball. There goes Joshua Trump, and that is 6. What a clean strike over the side screen for 6.
Sweet from the bat of Joshua Trump. He nails it down the ground. And he picks up his second six to finish the over. What a lovely strike this is. Yeah, in the slot and straight as an arrow, just over the side screen for the maximum.
Oh,
After
that was beautiful.
760 for one.
Lovely strike. Look at that follow through. Look at the still head. Look at everything being right in line. Excellent batting but for Joshua Trump.
We haven't seen spin so far. I just wonder whether there will be spin introduced now. Looks like it will be. Looks like it's going to be the right arm leg spinner. Usman Khadir. Yep.
Oh, we did see one over of spin from Hassan Khan, the left arm orthodox. His over, bowled over number 4, and that went for 5 singles. So he would have been proud of that. I suspect that they're keeping him back for when the big hitters come later on. On the ground, a lot of work in the deep fourth cover to do, and he will not get there. That is 4. Lovely strike to start over number 8.
Yeah, Nitish Kumar greets Usman Khadir with a lovely cover drive. Again, a half volley. And a lovely shot. Yeah, it looks to be in good touch in it. Nitish Kumar now moves on to 29 with that boundary.
I think that from 23, that's a great start for the American middle order batter.
This one on a shorter side, just chops it into straight to the fielder's hand. Son of late great Abdul Qadir in the attack.
Is it? I didn't know that. I certainly recognized the last name, but did not know that there was that connection. In the air, catchable, landing short, just of the man in the deep. Hassan Khan can catch anything in his direction, and not quite getting there to this one, but he's probably the best fielder on the side. That one landing just short of him.
Yeah, good for him because he didn't middle it. Had he middle it, it might have just gone into the hands.
Oh, hammered back to the bowler. This is trouble, ladies and gentlemen, because that has struck him in the head, and we have trouble here. Struck very hard, and so good to see that he's up and moving around. This was struck fiercely.
Oh, that can hurt. That will hurt. He has to take. He wanted to take evasive action. That came back too quickly. Look at that bang on the head. Oh, he has to get some attention, and I'm telling you, he needs to. Yes, he's just got up straight away, but he needs to get some attention. I hope there is a few people, few doctors in the field to go and have a closer look. He's up on his feet, Usman Khadir. My God, he has taken a heavy blow there. I can tell you that.
Well, just speaking from a biological standpoint, the hardest spot on your body is the top of your head. And just looking at how that hits, it hit him dead right on the top of his head. So he may consider himself lucky there. But just from the standpoint of thinking about as we see this again, struck really very fiercely back at him. You see the immediate reaction. That is fearsome. You don't ever want to see that happen. But he appears to be ready to continue bowling. Wow.
I don't know if that's a great idea. I think he should just, well, that's the way he feels. I hope he's okay. He looks okay. Well, he's taken a solid blow right on top of his head.
Wow. That is scary. You don't ever want to see anyone get hurt. You certainly don't want to see anyone suffer a head injury, but he appears to be ready to keep going. So that is a very awkward dot ball. Joshua Trump working this into the leg side. Ziaul Haq gives the single. Boy, that's scary when that happens.
Was struck like really, really hard.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, he seems to be okay. Good signs.
Absolutely good signs. Last ball. Played into the offside. They'll jog a single. 7 runs come from the over, and at least thank God that for the moment it appears as though Usman Khadir is going to be okay. End of over number 7, make that over number 8. The score is 6-7 for 1. Six to seven for 1. There's a shot of the great 𝗂𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. He is in the side for the Kingsmen. He is designated as their impact player. Impact player would have been a regulation that has come on relatively recently, in recent years.
2 matches, twice player of the match.
Wow.
𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. He's got his bat to talk. And whenever he goes in, he picks his runs very, very quickly.
Oh my
He's a
goodness.
solid impact player, I can tell you that.
Absolutely solid impact player. So they don't need him in the field. They don't need his off spin. What they
Yeah,
need him for is with the
yeah,
bats.
he's not bowling.
No. And you think you mentioned earlier that he has an issue with the shoulder. Look at this. Hassan Khan coming back into the attack for his second over. Switching ends, bowling from the south.
Yeah, he smashed 32 of just 14 deliveries, which was against the Raiders Unlimited. 6 fours and a 6. And the second match, he smashed 51 of 30.
Oh my goodness. Undone by the better delivery from Hassan Khan. I'll tell you what, the captain goes back. Probably should have come forward to that one. Loses his middle stump. 6-7 for 2.
That's a lovely delivery. That is a beauty. Got in two mind whether to come forward or play back. But there was definitely turn there. Look at that. He squared him up. Beaten in the flight and beaten in defense. Rattles the stump. So Nitish Kumar will need to go. He goes. It's 67 for 2.
6-7 for 2 indeed. That partnership for the second wicket worth 47. So they'll be happy about that. But they'll not be happy at the fact that there's been that dismissal. However, you do now have the left-hand, right hand combination, as this appears to be 𝗬𝗎𝗃𝗏𝗏, who is making his way to the crease, a left-handed top-order batter, joining Joshua Trump, who is 25 from 16, gotten off to a good start, strike rate of 156. 𝗬𝗎𝗃𝗏𝗏, of course, facing the left-handed Hassan Khan. So you would think that 𝗬𝗎𝗃𝗏𝗏, would prefer to be facing a lefty, left-arm orthodox, as compared to a right-handed off-spinner.
Yeah, I was saying it from the day one, and obviously the first game today, that the spinners will need to do a job for the team, because I think seamers, as a batter, you'd enjoy facing the seamers rather than the spinners.
Worked into the leg side, immediately off the mark of the single. So 𝗬𝗎𝗃𝗏𝗏 joining again Joshua Trump.
And they will need to apply a little bit pressure, because the run rate they're going at the moment is 8 runs in an over. So if they continue to do so, they'll get up 160. Not a bad total.
Oh, plays that one down the ground. Joshua Trump opened himself up as though he wanted to go through extra cover, then checked the shot at the last minute, went straight.
Yeah, ball not coming on to the bat, so he's just holding up. That's the reason why I feel the spinners can do a better role with the ball. And always not easy for a new batter to come in. So as a fielding side, you won't want to pick up wickets. You want to get a new batter in, and then when he's in the crease early on, you got to tie it down. Make sure that you don't get him off strike.
In the air, oh, almost a return catch. He has taken more difficult catches than that one. Hassan Khan will be disappointed that he put that one down.
Yeah, he put his left hand up, but there was definitely a chance there. The jump, and he did manage to get hand to the ball, but somehow he just couldn't hold on to it.
Going down the leg side this time, or did it go down the leg side? Yep, it did go down the leg side. There's a signal from umpire Mark Eubanks. Hassan Khan is a brilliant fielder. I said that earlier. And he has taken much more difficult catches than this one. He will be disappointed that he didn't put that one away.
Yeah, the timing of the jump, maybe.
Mhm. Tries to work this off the back foot, misses out. What a good over. 3 runs come from it, and a wicket. The big wicket of the captain, Nitish Kumar. The Knight Riders, after 9 overs, are 70 for 2. /70 for 2, and how good is it to see that Usman Qadir is still bowling? Again, if you were not with us about 10 minutes ago, took a fearsome blow off a straight drive off the head, but he's back and bowling. First delivery here, no run.
Right arm leg spinner, wrist spinner. If he gets it right, then he will trouble the batter.
Short, worked away into the deep. Joshua Trump will probably be upset that he missed out on that because that was short enough for him to go back and elevate it over the backward square area. Not able to do it.
A little bit quicker, zip through, and it kept a shade low. Otherwise, it was there to be put away for a boundary. He's lucky he's got away with that, Usman Qadir.
So almost at the halfway stage of the innings here. 71 for 2 is the score. Matchup again between the Knight Riders United and the Kingsman. Swipe and a miss. That one going past the outside edge.
That's well bowled. That's the wrong one. He didn't pick that one up. That's the googly. Lovely delivery.
Great piece of bowling. Of course, the regulation delivery turns into Chaitanya Bishnoi, but as you rightly pointed out, Athar Ali Khan, this one going across him, certainly the one that turned the other way.
Yeah, it was the wrong one.
Oh, firing this one through at pace. Didn't toss that one up. A couple of dot balls in a row now to Chaitanya Bishnoi.
He can hurry the batter, especially the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
It zips through. Good delivery. He's got a couple of varieties up his sleeve.
Oh, going off the back foot again. They'll steal a single here. Wait to see what this is signaled. And there's a signal from umpire Nuruddin. That is a bye.
It's turning out to be a very good over. He's ball in the right areas. Was just given him a single run in this over, so he would want to finish it nicely here.
Down the ground, straight enough that it beats mid off, make that long off, and it goes away for 4. Good strike to end the over here for Joshua Trump. So 5 runs off the bat and the leg by or the bye that you saw. 6 runs total from the over halfway through the innings. The score is 76 for 2.
Spoils the over. It's a boundary to finish the over. After 10, it's 76 for 2.
/76 for 2, and the man who is director, apparently umpire director, and a couple of other things back into the hot seats. Good afternoon, Mr. Mamchan.
Good afternoon, Brian. And just to explain why I went out here, it's basically to ask the umpire if it was possible if he can stand on the other side so we can get use of the run-out cameras.
Hmm.
And he agreed. And the very next over, he goes right back and stand in the same position. I can't understand it. He said, "Sure, I will do that. That's not an issue."
So that is a buy, I guess, by the keeper.
Yeah, big turn on this track as usual.
Yes. Oh. Joshua Trump punches this one into that deep mid-wicket area. So three delivers into over number 11. Are we going to play the game where we guess what the final score is going to be? We can do that again?
Yeah, definitely 10 overs go on. I'll give you the way things are looking here at the moment. I think they can probably look to get up to 160, 165.
Reverse sweep running away down the hill. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 breaks out the reverse sweep and it goes away for 4.
Very good shot there by Chaitanya. Is that how you pronounce that? He's on the field.
𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, yes.
That's Chaitanya.
You're an old guy like me. What are your thoughts on the reverse sweep or the switch hit or the scoop shot or all these fancy shots that have come along in the last 10 or 15 years?
Shot is as fancy as that car. And I was telling only yesterday. Oh, it's not
Oh
fun.
my goodness.
As easy as Sunday morning.
Oh my goodness. You saw him put down a return catch earlier. A little bit more difficult than this one. But this, as you say, easiest Sunday morning
Oh,
for the
that's a
great
full
Lionel
touch.
Richie.
Yep. That's pushing out at it. I would have taken that with my eyes blindfolded and my hands tied behind my back.
Oh my goodness. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 will be upset at that. Ball wasn't quite there for the shot that he intended to play. So he ended up playing well in front of his body.
Mm-hmm.
Gave the easiest of return catches to the man who is not going to drop to Hassan Khan.
Excellent so far from Hassan. Just one delivery to go in his third over. He's conceded just 13 and has taken 2 wickets. So once they continue to take wickets here, they'll obviously restrict that final score. Kingsman.
Hassan Khan, top level player. You've seen him in the major leagues. You've seen him for the last several years in the minor leagues. And then you've also seen him in various T20 tournaments around the country. Right-handed power hitter, and he is a power hitter despite his relatively diminutive size. And then excellent left-arm orthodox bowler.
So there's some pedigree there.
Pedigree is absolutely there. Now, for those of you who are watching, you are not seeing double. If you had a few drinks last night, this is not a case of a hangover. Matthew Trump has come to join his twin brother Joshua at the crease. Ladies and gentlemen, from this distance, the only way to tell them apart, Matthew is wearing the red shoes, Joshua the white shoes. Other than that, it can be very, very confusing. Dead bats to backward point, no run. Excellent over 4. Hassan Khan, 6 runs come from it, but the big wicket of 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, 82 for 3 to score after 11.
Yeah, I think these two will just have to weather the storm a bit. Yeah, so over 2. Are they locals though?
They live in Austin, Texas. About
Born and bred?
no, both born in South Africa.
Okay.
Moved to Austin 3 years ago.
Any relation to the former president of the United
That's
States?
why. That's why when I call their games, I make it a point to stress the 𝗃𝗏.
Mm.
Yes. And the less said about the rest of that, the better. Moving right along. This is now Joshua Trump on strike. Short delivery, hammered, but straight to mid-wicket for a single. I was wondering why you asked that question.
You knew I would ask that. You know me too well, Brian. You know once I'm in here, I'm gonna ask that question. Now, here's Usman Khadir, and of course, all relations to Abdul Khadir. His dad, the late great Abdul Khadir.
What a great
Oh,
delivery.
has he put him down? Let's have a look at that again.
I don't know that to put him down. He may have well missed a stumping here. Watch this. No, that back foot
I
might have
think
still
he was
been
out
inside
there.
the crease.
Yeah.
Short. Catchable? No.
Can
And what a great stop in the deep. That is great work. Limits the damage to 1 run, gets the handshake from his teammates. Great work in the deep.
Trump just getting back deep and pulling. Khadir there. Again, too short. Much better.
Wanted to flash that one through the offside. No run. He was dropped a couple short, but he does have 2 men in the deep. So is there a chance that he's bowling short on purpose every other ball or so? Very full, driven wide of long off. Just a single. That is a Captain Hamad Azam out there, I believe. Nope, I'm sorry. In fact, that's a different fielder in the deep. Hamad Azam is at backward point. But a single, one more ball remaining here in over number 12. Quicker delivery. And the brothers have a good understanding between each other. Running a single that last ball. 4 runs come from over number 12. The score is 86 for 3.
Good so far. 8 to go. We're on course for about 160, 165, as I said. Can I get your prediction, Brad?
I didn't give it. I have 2 types of predictions. One, if you ask me where they'll end up, I would think 165.
Mm-hmm.
Another kind is, have you ever heard this old wives' tale, if you will? If you double the score after 12, that tells you where you get to.
Yes.
Right now the score is 86. 86 multiplied by 2 to me sounds like 172.
So it's in and around
In and
your
around.
range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in that range.
What's the projected score
143. I would have to think that'd be beyond 143.
for West Indies all-rounder, Hamish Anthony,
Ah,
who is now the head groundsman here?
ah. Quick single taken. So you see evidence here of these 2 young men having played cricket together, probably literally from birth.
Yeah, literally, definitely from birth. And it should have a good understanding. I don't think there'll be any run-outs.
It better not be in a run out. Oh, in the air for a while. That's a good stop by Anwar Ali. If there are any runouts, I would imagine that Brett and or Candice or both would ground these 2 young men. Probably ground them both, regardless of who made the call. Goes for the big swipe. That's well bowled by Hassan Khan. This is really good bowling by this all-rounder. By the way, he's into his last over here. 2 for 14 so far. 3 balls remaining. In the deep, good protection out there. Patrolling the boundary out here is Mohamed Elias. He's the one who had that good piece of fielding earlier. Down to the last 44 balls, 3 wickets in hand. Both of these men can bat and big hitting to come after them. Oh, quick single here. Throw going to the non-striker's end. I wonder if he'd let that one go, whether or not he'd have been able to see whether or not that could have been a direct hit. Back over to Joshua Trump. 35 from 27, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Down the ground, a lot of work in the deep. For Ziaul Haq bobbles it. I tell you what, had they wanted to run 2 there, they could have. The man is left-handed. He'd have had to throw across his body. That would have made a more difficult throw. But another single closes things out in over number 13. 4 runs come from it. The score is 90 for 3.
Some of the fans there just and players from the other team just taking it easy, enjoying the sun here in Atlanta.
Good, sunny, dreamy kind of a day in Atlanta.
Has been brilliant, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Back to the bowler, good bowling. I tell you what, the spinners have come to the party today, and we said earlier that spin is going to play a key role in what happens the rest of the way on this pitch.
Cardiff have a big role to play.
Goodness, a couple of dot balls here. 4 runs came from the previous over. 4 runs came from the over before that. 6 came from the over before that. So that tells you overall that the scoring rate is slowing down. You're decelerating at the wrong time if you're the Knight Riders United. Oh, went for the big heave. Oh, trouble here!
In paradise!
Oh my goodness! Who is going to be grounded tonight? That is going to be Matthew Trump, who is grounded, unfortunately.
Did we say that at least there should be no runouts?
Commentators curse strikes again. Boy, look at this replay. Boys, I am so sorry. I may have jinxed you, Matthew. My bad. There's a throw, and I'll tell you what, it was a direct hit. He didn't even need the direct hit. Had that not been a direct hit, there was still time to collect that ball and disturb the furniture. 4 wickets down, they will be disappointed at that, particularly Matthew Trump. Whew.
90 for 4. They keep taking wickets at critical periods here.
Now, interestingly, this game can go one of 2 ways. Because the man striding to the crease, 𝗂𝗏𝗏, is as strong as houses. He can clear any boundary on any cricket field. But I don't get the sense that he'll be hitting out initially.
Initially, he has to negotiate a bit. It's 90 for 4. You don't want to lose too many quick wickets with the back end of the innings. You want to have wickets in hand to launch.
That's exactly right. And this is a good spell underway here by Usman Khadir. 3 delivers remaining in the spell. Off the back foot into the deep. A lot of work for Ilyas, and he will not get there. It goes away for 4. In fact, that's not Ilyas. My apologies. That is Hassan Khan. Either way, not able to get to it, it goes away for 4.
Again, crucial boundary.
Yeah, they definitely needed that. Dropping short. You've seen him drop short a few times. We talked about that earlier. Very full, goes for the big drive, not able to get anything on it.
Yeah, he just needs to go back, just slightly back of a length, that length where the batsman is not sure if to come forward or back. But if you go short, you can always get back onto the back foot and pull you.
Mhm.
He has to understand that.
So this is the last ball of his spell coming up. No ball is the call. My goodness, what happened here? Played into the outfield, but overstepping. Let's see what happened here. Looking at this replay. Let's see. Would have been the overstep with the front foot. It's coming from very wide. So for a moment I thought it may have been the case that he cut the return crease with his back foot, but I think that was okay. But what was not okay is that I think he cut the the popping crease with his front foot.
Yep,
This is the free hit.
that's exactly what it did. Excellent will give our producer.
I will say though, that's very well bowled. Get a single off this last ball. Free hit delivery doesn't do much harm. So ultimately, another good over for Usman Khadir. I almost said Abdul Khadir.
Yeah,
6 runs came from it. 26 runs have come from the last 5. Excellent bowling. 96 for 4. So the last 6 overs coming up. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 has called for the helmets, which tells you that a pace bowl is going to be in operation again. And who is at the southern end of the ground, about to start bowling his second over. His second over is 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, 1 over, conceded 10 runs. And the man who you feel it may be very much up to now to accelerate things is Joshua Trump. He's on strike. Full, driven down the ground. Easy for Hassan Khan. And they continue dealing in singles here. Joshua Trump, 42 from 36, 3 4s and 2 6s. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the man who is now on strike, has not yet faced, so this will be his first delivery. And you would think that his priority would be to work the ball around before he starts the launch at the back end of the innings. That would be the thinking anyway. His first delivery worked into the leg side. I think they may look for 2. Coaches tell you to run the first one hard. That's what 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 did, but couldn't get it away.
That's just too shy of that 100.
So the way that you plan the rest of the innings, you would think this is over 15. So 5 left after that. We'll look at him in a minute to see who might be bowling the last 5. Goes for the big drive, misses it, Joshua Trump. So 5 overs remaining after this one. 2 left each for Zia-ul Haq and Mohamed Ilyas. So you'd think that they'd be bowling overs 17 through 20 between them. And then after that, you would have to think that, well, maybe one of them will be bowling the next over. But just let's say 4 of the next 5 will be bowled by Zia-ul Haq and Mohamed Ilyas. And then 1 would be bowled, I would think, by Waqas Maqsood. Left arm over the wicket, full, driven square, and past the man at backward point. It goes down to the boundary. They'll get a couple. Coming back for that one. And 2 more runs. That brings up the 100. They'll be happy with that. So a very long way to go here if you're looking to get to that 170 score we're talking about.
Fallen away a bit, haven't they?
They have. Current runner at 6.9. That projects to 138, which you don't think would be realistic.
But Trump is still there. I don't think he wants to get to the dinner table too quickly today. So he's staying out there. Oh, what a shot.
Oh,
And he's on course.
oh, what a catch. Well, you put the old jinx on Joshua Trump. That is Saad Ali, who takes that one well down low. And what a good catch.
Excellent catch there by Saad Ali. 5 down. It's now 100. And they will be looking to make further inroads. A short delivery, he got onto it, but not onto it as much as he would have liked. Not getting the distance or the elevation. And Trump has to leave.
Struck it well, but didn't quite, like you said, get the elevation that he was looking for. And a good sharp catch. Those are never easy. The flat ones in the deep are the hardest ones to judge. Saad Ali doing well enough to make sure that he got there, getting down to get that 1 inches off the ground. Good catch, 5 down.
Yep. So, you've seen the back of Trump. And the score 100 for 5. There was a trade. That's all right.
5 different jokes that tell themselves, but we will let all of them go through to the keeper. The new batter is going to be 𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗂𝗃.
I think that train is heading towards Washington from here.
Well, it's heading south, and I'll leave it at that. 𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗃, exciting left-hand all-rounder, heading to the offside, looking for a quick single. Oh, couldn't quite plant himself to make that throw.
I lost his foot in there.
Yeah. That is in fact Saad Ali again. They do get a single, so Ali is immediately off the mark. 𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗃. He and Roshan Primus have identical figures, 1 from 1.
A lot of Pakistanis involved in this game.
Very much so. And in fact, is that the last over? It was the last ball of the over. Missed that live. So that is the last ball of the over. 101 for 5, which means that we're down to the last 5 overs. 5 overs. 10 runs and over.
So gives them something to fight with.
10 and over gets you to 151.
I think given the fact that there's so much turn on offer on this track, I think with 140 you can still make a fight of it.
That's interesting.
So a shot of a motorbike.
By the way, in my analysis earlier talking about who might bowl, I completely forgot about Anwar Ali. He's only bowled 1 over. And so I don't know if you heard when we were talking earlier about Saeed Anwar.
You said that was one of your favorite batsmen.
Oh my goodness. First of all, any left-hander is one of my favorite batters. Period. End of story. Back in the Reagan administration, I figured myself as a decent left-handed batter. But essentially, I cleared the front leg and hit the cow corner. That was the extent of my game. They may look for 2 here. Oh, I'll tell you what. They thought about it for a second, but did not want to take on the arm of the man in the deep.
So Anwar Ali, of course, I think he played about 15 or 16 one-day internationals for Pakistan.
Anwar Ali? I did not know that. That does not surprise me. I've described him for the Kingsmen, meaning in the minor leagues, as the quickest of their bowlers. Good pace, good high arm action.
Swings the ball as well. You can see that from his delivery stride, how he gets nice and side on, and normally takes the ball away from the right-handers. Primus is driving. A big lad, Primus.
He's a big lad, but he's a very fit lad. I see him patrolling in the outfield when he plays, long on and long off. You don't just put anybody out there unless they can move. The old phrase sprinters in the outfield, I think applies to him.
So it's 103 now for 5, and 2 wickets falling, the last 2 wickets. The Trump brothers promised much, but didn't deliver as they would have liked. Joshua did get 43 though, or 44 it was.
Well, he certainly got there, but he'll be disappointed that he was not able to push on. And then Matthew Trump will be really disappointed that you and I started talking about the fact that they better not get any run outs.
Yep.
3 delivers remaining here in over number 16. So if you are Anwar Ali Khan, at some point, do you want to test the middle of the pitch? Is it backward position or backward square in position? Not sure exactly what happened there.
Result of the run.
Oh no, what happened?
He's not too happy with.
What's going
There's
on?
probably some loose dirt just as
Actually,
you hit
watch
the popping.
watch the keeper. Watch Ramiz Raja Jr. Seemed to be having just a little bit of difficulty there. Not exactly what was going on. It seemed as the bowler stopped, he essentially turned around and started doing some stretches as if to suggest that he was having some difficulty, maybe with his back. But we won't guess, won't speculate. 3 balls remaining still in over number 16. There's a short ball. I thought he eventually might be trying that. As a man in the deep goes straight to him for a single.
𝗂𝗏𝗧, 16 wickets for Pakistan. In fact, 16 one-day internationals. I think he got about 16 wickets as well. I'll have to look up that for you. I think he played a couple T20 matches as well. Has 10 wickets.
Good short bowler, good pace. 𝗂𝗍𝐶, when is he going to start hitting out? Works this into the leg side. They will not go for 2, I don't think. Good work. It's going to be that absolute fleet-footed Ahmad Alam who comes off the boundary and limits the damage to 1 run. So last ball of the over coming up. Good reintroduction into the attack for Anwar Ali. Primus now, 3 from 3. 𝗂𝗍𝐶 4 from 4. So they're striking it each at 100, but you want to accelerate past that. Last ball here in over number 16. Oh, punch straight. A lot of work for Long On to do. He cannot get there. That is a proper punch for 4 down the ground by Roshan Primus. Really good work. Just playing it right down the ground. 9 runs come from the over. There you see on the replay. Up, just missed it there, but there's a replay and punching straight back past the bowler. And it pierces long on and long off, goes away for 4. End of 16, 110 for 5.
So Knight Riders, 110 for 5. Kingsman continues here to rein them in, so to speak. If we can keep them down to 130, they would fancy their chances.
Well, we talked earlier, 170. All of that, I think, is a thing of the past because the Kingsmen have really good death bowlers. I think that you'll see now with Waqas Maqsood, who's going to bowl his last or second to last over. They have options going into the back end of the innings. Ziaul Haq still has 2. Mohamed Ilyas has 2. Waqas Maqsood himself, after this, will have 2. So in theory, he could also bowl over number 19. Several options.
Oh, short delivery, but again, slow delivery as well. Not getting up.
Short and into the pitch. Very effective type of delivery. And those 2 fielders in the deep will be very interested in that type of delivery because it's the type of delivery that could be elevated in the air. And those 2 men are in the deep for that exact shot. There's a short ball, and in the air goes over the top of the fielder in the deep. Anwar Ali Khan. All he does is turn and signal 6 to the umpire. Good clean strike by 𝗂𝗍𝐶.
As you can see, they're too short. Again, getting into the pitch, but he was waiting on him. That's 6 runs.
That's a good shot by 𝗂𝗍𝐶. I mean, yeah, 𝗂𝗍𝐶. Just switching back and forth between 𝗂𝗍𝐶 and Ali Khan is not easy, by the way. But
It's safe with Primus.
exactly. That's well played. Good cricket. A little bit of a hesitation in the run, but they'll eventually get there without much fuss. So you're down now to the last 21 balls in the innings. 117 runs on the board. Run a ball gets you to 138. I don't think that you'd be satisfied with anything close to that. Even with 5 wickets in hand, you would have to back yourself to launch toward the back end of this innings. Primus himself, now 7 from 4 with a boundary. He may be looking to take the bull by the horns. I'll tell you what.
Delivery again.
Beautifully bowled. Slower delivery, as you mentioned. It was a cutter. left arm cutter from over the wicket. So essentially, he's bowling like an off break, and that moves away just a little from Primus, and also bounces a little. So good bowling, excellent depth bowling. 7 from the over so far. Believe it or not, with 4 balls bowled, 3 of them you could only score 2 or dot and 1. That one loose delivery that got put away for 6, you will be thinking about. Primus again defending the shy at the stumps. Oh,
Oh,
that
the
hits the
umpire
umpire.
cups it.
Tell you what, that absolutely nailed the umpire.
I told him to go on the other side. He didn't.
Let's
Have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. Head what? And the head. Oh, he cups it. Just out of the frame there. Good stop though by the umpire.
well fielded. So here's the last ball coming up here in over number 17. Lucas Maksud. Primus plays this into the offside. They'll get a single. Primus will keep the strike. 9 runs come from over number 17. Scored 119. Emergency for 5.
Cause just probably telling him thank you.
So an embarrassment of riches with the ball. 3 overs left. 𝗁𝗏𝗄𝐿𝐼 has 2 left, so in theory he could bowl overs 18 and 20. And in terms of who would bowl over number 19, you certainly have options. Ziaul Haq still has 2. Mohamed Ilya still has 2. Don't know necessarily that you'd want to go to a spinner. Usman Qadir is done. Hassan Khan is done, so you certainly wouldn't introduce a spinner at this stage. So there will be some combination of those bowlers I just called who bowls the remaining overs. This is pulled into the deep off the front foot that time. Primus had all the time in the world to play that shot, but just a single.
𝗁𝗏𝗄𝐿𝐼 a bit short. That occasion.
Partnership showing signs of life. It's now up to 20. Ali Sheikh 11 from 7 with a 6. Sean Primus 11 from 8 with a 4. Straight into the offside. They'll take a single in front of Saad Ali. You'll accept singles from this stage. Going down now to the last 16 balls of the innings. 122 runs on the board. Here's 𝗁𝗏𝗄𝐿𝐼 Khan. Full, driven down the ground for a single. Sean Primus 11 from 8. In fact, after that single, he's now 12 from 9. Oh, apologies, Ali Sheikh. 12 from 8. Primus 11 from 8. The scoreboard just updated. They each have 12. Oh, appeal for leg before. That is dead straight and given. I do
Very
have to
good
say,
delivery.
I don't have an issue with the decision.
It's a very good delivery indeed.
Bang on target. Dead straight. It's a Yorker that probably hits him on the full. Take a look at this.
Yep. Oh, no doubt about that.
Flush on the toes. So the one thing that Nur-Uddin would have been considering would have been whether or not this hit him outside the line of leg stump because he's a right-handed bowler bowling over the wicket. to the left-handed 𝗬𝗚𝐿𝐼𝐶, so that always is a possibility that that could have pitched outside leg, either pitched outside leg or hit him outside the line of leg stump. But umpire Nuruddin thinking about it long enough until he convinced himself that this was in line with the stumps. Wicket number 6, 123 runs on the board. So the new batter at the crease, Sohail Khan. Anwar Ali. 2 balls remaining here over number 18. Good delivery. Great ball. That was a cutter again. Going through to the keeper. Trying to see if he can finish here on a high on Ali Khan. 123 certainly represents many fewer runs than the runs we were talking about.
We're talking about 165.
Sohail Khan ready. One delivery faced, and does he do something here? Lofted down the ground. That is 6. But a clean strike. Umpire waiting for confirmation. No, it landed just in front, it looks like. Off the bat, it looked like it was 6. Ultimately signaled as 4 by the umpire. But 4 runs down the ground is a good thing if you were the Knight Riders United. 7 runs come from the over. Last 12 balls coming up, 127 for 6.
Just dropping inside of the line. 2 overs to go. 127 for 6. I'm not sure if they think that they have enough. Primus is there. And if he can land a long handle, get them up to 140, it's still something that they can fight with.
You certainly would think that 140 is sort of that middling total, but it does give you a chance as a bowling side. Now, look at where the men with the best hands on the field are. Hassan Khan is down here in front of us at long off. Primus is a big hitter. There he goes, over mid wicket. That is in the other field. What a clean strike.
Yeah, that's the hit. Let's have a look at that again. Yeah, bad line more than anything else. May pick up from him.
It's a clean pickup by Rashawn Primus, so you don't want to bowl that line. You can get slaughtered if you bowl that line to most batters, and particularly to a man with the power of Rashawn Primus. So you're going to want to be outside off stump from the left-hander's point of view. Going around the wicket now. Smashed back to the bowler, but can't field it. We'll get a single down the ground. So they choose to go with Waqas Maqsood at the back end of the inning. Bowling here over number 19. So you've underbowled both Zia-ul-Haq and Mohamed Ilyas. But sometimes as a captain, you do what you think makes sense in the situation. And sometimes it does not necessarily mean that you go back to your strike bowlers.
I thought Anwar has been good.
Mm-hmm.
Waqas went for some runs in the last over. In the mean, he has been good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he loves bowling into the pitch.
Slower delivery into the pitch. You love seeing that. That is a deft piece of bowling. So 6, then a 1 and a dot in this over. All you're trying to do now is just limit the damage. 3 balls, again remaining in over number 19. Last 9 balls of the innings. And a ball from here gets you to 143.
And
Slower the bouncer again. That is well bowled.
tall Sohail Khan getting problems to access it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll look at it again. Tying on the way to the
Big
wicket-keeper.
early because again you're expecting pace. So when you take pace off as a bowler, that's a very difficult proposition for any batter. 134 for 6. Continuing here, bowling around the wicket.
Again, the ball
Struck
not
on
getting.
pad, almost a polite inquiry more than it is an actual appeal.
I think I'm interested in the fact that he has gotten away with 4 deliveries in this over.
Hmm.
For this, going for 6. The other 4, just a single. Could come back. Still looking probably in the range of 150 here, you think? Looking at Primus.
They'd like to get that far, but Primus is going to have to get a hold of a couple.
He's eyeing that area down through mid-wicket.
That's exactly right. Once again, continuing around the wicket to the right-hander. Primus taps it into the leg side. I think he'll just hold on to this and keep strike. Single comes from over number 19. Last 6. What do we come up with here in this last 6 overs? Or last 6 balls?
Well, they can get 10, 12, get close to 150 at least. There's a change of bowling at the far end. And while he's out off the attack,
Oh, 𝗂𝗂𝗬𝗂𝐴 is the man with the ball in hand. He will take over the attack and bowl the last over. It's going to be interesting to see what he's able to get done here. Just a bit of a delay. Having a chat with Saad Ali, I believe. Just wanting to make sure that all the dots are dotted, all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. No, in fact, I'm sorry, that was Hamad Azam who's having a chat with.
you tend to know a lot about these Pakistani players, Brian.
Well,
We follow the game very closely here in America as well, and internationally.
here's 𝗂𝗂𝗬𝗂𝐴. Smashed straight down the ground for a single. I know a lot about them because they play in the Central Division in the minor leagues, and so I
Mm.
cover all the Central Division matches that are played either in Prairie View or in Dallas. So I would have seen them a lot over the last several years, and certainly from both of these teams. Essentially, the Knight Riders are essentially the Houston Hurricanes, and the Kingsmen, of course, have the same name. So I know a lot about both simply from having covered them to the extent that I have in the last few years.
Kingsman just celebrated winning the minor league.
Yes, they did. Down the ground, what a strike. Lovely shot. You'll take that every day. So 𝗂𝗪𝗏 cashes in. It was in the slot, drilled away for 4.
Yeah, overpitched, and all he had to do was take his hands through the shot.
So now you're threatening a little bit. You're at 141. Short delivery,
Oh,
top
my.
edge. How far does that go? Simple catch. No trouble whatsoever in the deep. The man Saad Ali again in the action. That top edge doesn't exactly carry as far. That's what 𝗂𝗪𝗏 would have wanted. 141 for 7.
Yeah, that's an important breakthrough there. I'll tell you why. It's another delivery where there's no run scored. And that's the important thing. It's a dot ball. This is the final over. Forget wickets. It's a dot ball. That is what is important.
No question. So, you got a little, maybe a bit of a flourish there at the end. But that is the end of the day for Sohail Khan.
Primus, it's important that he gets on strike.
Oh, yes. So, Sahib Malhotra is the man at the crease. He will want to try to emulate his brother Jaskaran Malhotra.
Jaskaran, that's
Jaskaran Malhotra, one of a handful of men to hit six
six.
sixes in an international match.
Fantastic effort.
He would take 3 of those right here. I'm sure Sahib would.
Did Jaskaran retire?
He
You said
did
he retired from
officially
international.
retire
Okay.
from international duty. Muhammad Ilyas, 3 balls remaining here in over number 20. Whoa, he's not going to emulate his brother here. Full straight, middle stump knocked back, 141 for 8.
And that's a beautiful sight for any fast bowler.
I said middle stump actually. Looks as though it's the off stump. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's a middle.
It is the middle stump. Okay, okay. We're at an angle here. You'll probably look at the monitor instead of trusting my eyes from 80 yards away. So he's done a hat trick.
Mm.
Good work here with the ball for Mohamed Ilyas. So the bowling has worked out exactly in the way that Captain Hamad Azam has wanted it to. By the way, Hamad Azam, who's one of the premier bowlers on the side, has not bowled a single over today.
Mm.
And then I talked about the fact that they've underbowled. Ziaul Haq has only bowled 2, so you'd know that he would have had more to give if he'd been asked to. And Anwar Ali himself has only bowled 2. So an embarrassment of riches with the ball.
It's a very strong Kingsman team.
Hmm.
They won the title last year, didn't they?
I do recall that they did.
And they'll be looking to repeat again.
And they also won the title last year in the Houston Premier League. A very successful franchise, plays all around the country in all these leagues that we have all around the country. Last 2 balls coming up, but more importantly, this is the hat trick ball. Bowling to Asad Rafiq. Bowling straight, boy. That Yorker length delivery dug out, but that almost could have gotten onto the bats.
Last delivery coming up for Knight Riders to benefit. And it's a powerful right-hander. Roshan Primus.
Oh, Primus 21 from 13 with a 4 and a 6.
Speaking about the Houston Open,
Yes, sir.
no Houston Open this year? I think I see Mangesh around. We need to.
I am sure there. Well, first of all, there was already a similar tournament this year. Whether it's the Houston Open or Houston Premier League, I get them mixed up. I know there's already been one this year. This is the last ball. Primus driving it down the ground, but that's a good piece of bowling. You know that they wanted to come back, but it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. Single down the ground. What a great last over. 7 runs 7 runs from it, and 2 wickets taken. So excellent bowling from Mohamed Ilyas. 143 for 8 is where you end up. Looking at the scorecard here, Nitish Kumar getting things started at the top, 31 from 28. Lahir Milanta fell victim to a brilliant catch at backward point. Joshua Trump top scoring with 44 from 39, 3 4s and 2 6s. Couple of low scores, but Rashan Primus with a bit of a flourish at the end, 22 from 14, and Ali Sheikh 12 from 9. Those are the only ones in double figures. For the bowlers, what do you see here, Mr. Mamchan?
Yeah, was Ziaul Haq, as you said, on the board, 1 for 16. Mohammad Iyas, 2 for 25. Hassan Khan, 2 for 17. 1 for 33. Waqas Mahsood. Anwar Ali, 1 for 26. He bowled well as well. And Usman Kade, none for 22. You couldn't have asked for more from him. So, if we will take a short break, as these guys, the Night Riders, 143 for 8. It was Joshua Trump, top scoring. He tried to make the Night Riders great again, but that will fall short. We don't know. We wait to see.
captain out, and then your second wicket. I know you also, missed the cotton bowl chance, but then you took that in your second wicket. So how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. Like it's always good to contribute for the team, and I hope like we restricted them well, and I hope the batsmen will do well now.
You restricted him to 143. We saw, a pretty good total in the morning. Now with this total, you do have a pretty good batting lineup, especially with impact player 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 coming in.
Definitely, he's in good form, and he scored 2 back-to-back 50s for us. And I hope we continue his form, and hopefully we'll chase it down.
Pretty important game for you guys as well. It's gonna, help you decide who's gonna top the table, and then, for the playoffs. So, what are your thoughts about this game?
Definitely, it's important for us, and we'll try to win it and finish on top 3, so we don't have to fight against each other with the Kingsman next.
Well, 144 to win. All the best.
Thank you.
So that was Hassan Khan. Kingsmen need 144 to win. Thank you. Good luck. Hopefully you don't have to bat. Yeah.
Welcome back. Atlanta Open, presented by Tiger Real Estate. Knight Riders United are looking to defend 144 runs. Kingsmen open the batting with imposing figure of 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Yeah, a man who has been in very good touch with the bat. He's played 2 matches and he's picked up on both occasions Player of the Match awards. He's scored runs, he's picked up a 50 and a quick fire 30. So he knows the conditions here and he'll be eyeing to score runs quickly. His way of approach, what we've seen so far in this tournament, is to hit up and over, take advantage of the fielding restrictions in the first 6 overs. And once again, I have a feeling that he might just get off with some electrifying start.
Imran Khan Jr., the man with the ball in hand, left arm over the wickets, slanting across 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. One delivery in the books. Excuse me, 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 seems to not be satisfied with the helmet that he has on for whatever reason. 144. Is that sort of a middling target? How do they go about chasing it?
Well, they need to have a good, decent start. You don't want to lose early wickets. It's a tricky total to chase because if you have a good start and then if you lose wickets in the middle, then the opposition can claw back into the game.
On the leg side. Obviously tickled something on the way through. Umpire Mark Ebanks indicating that that would have flicked off of the pad of Raheem Cornwall. So a couple of precious dot balls to start here.
Yeah, 113 for 6 when he smashed 31 in quick time, winning by 4 wickets against VCC Raiders. Falcon Legends against them, 154 for 3. He smashed 50 there.
Wow. Slower delivery, slower Yorker, if you will. Raheem Cornwall does not like running much. And I think that you'll see that he prefers to go big all around the ground, as you mentioned, rather than running quick singles. A couple of years ago, in the Atlanta Open, not at this ground, but at another ground, he scored a double hundred in a T20 match. Some 194 of those runs were in 4s and 6s.
It's immense power.
Mm-hmm.
The power behind the shots that he played, or that he plays. Watch out for that.
Big wind up and a swipe here. Going to Raheem Cornwall's end. I think that you will see that every time he's running, they will throw it to his end. They want him, the Knight Riders United, they want Raheem Cornwall running as opposed to hitting big. And so regardless, whatever the end is that it would be closer, they'll be aiming at his end.
But that might have been a bit closer had that got the direct hit because there was oohs and ahs. And rightly so. You got to target the big man.
Yes. Raheem Cornwall. I would give his height at about, what would you say, 6'5", somewhere in that range. And you can see him as a very big man. But for somebody his size, he is deft, plays such good cricket shots all around the place like that. Up and over extra cover, one bounce for 4.
Yeah, the moment he gets that length, it's a hit on the up and he waits for it. Look how late he plays, and then a chip, gentle chip over the cover fielder for a boundary. Lovely shot. Has been his signature shot. He just waits and waits. But he can really hit some big ones.
Chases after this one, a little bit too wide. Have to re-bowl that.
Yeah, Imran Khan would want to tuck him and cramp him for room because the moment he is offered any width, you're asking for trouble, especially if you're bowling to someone like Raheem Cornwall. The kind of form he is in, he's not going to miss out.
Here's the last ball of over number 1. Dead bats this one. Good delivery. Good over despite the boundary. 7 runs coming from it at the end of 1. 7 without loss.
Balance. There you go. The long discussion going on, just trying to make sure that they set the right field for Ahmad, who will be on strike. The 7 in the first over without taking any risk whatsoever. These are good conditions for batting. Kingsmen have a very strong batting lineup.
The Sohail Khan ball from the northern end. 7 runs on the board. So looking to see exactly how you're going to go about this attack. There's a man in the deep at square leg. There's a man in the deep at backward point.
A former international, Pakistani international, Sohail Khan.
Oh, played down to backward point. That ball stayed a little low there, Athar Ali Khan.
Yes, it did. And that's one of the reasons why We always talk about the bowlers trying to hit the stumps. Stump to stump. Again, just a touch wide. It just opens the face of the bat. So he'll pick up a single and get the big man on strike.
So Sohail Khan, former international player, as you pointed out. I'll be interested in seeing when and if 𝗂𝗍𝗃 starts bowling, because I think he can be a handful as well. And then I want to see when and if they choose to go to spin and how that works out. Specifically, I'm thinking of Sahib Malhotra, because he's a good leg spinner. Again, Jaskaran Malhotra's brother, spins it both ways. Oh, there he goes in the deep, a long run. Good stop in the deep, though. And they'll only get a single.
You want to see everybody bowl at the same time?
I do, actually. 3 balls, all 3 of them at the same time. I want to see one ball turning to the left, another one turning to the right.
That previous shot nearly carried to the field. Just again a short arm jab. He's not really launching himself to play those big booming shot that we've got accustomed to in the last 2 innings that he played, Rahim Cornwall.
Short delivery, misses out on the pull. That hits him mid-wrist.
Was that short for Ahmad to try to play that pull shot? Yeah, it was, but didn't get up, just above the waist high. So instead of trying to pull it, maybe a better idea is to just sort of flick it away off the back foot and get away towards fine leg. It would have got Rahim Cornwall on strike.
So 3 deliveries in, and just as you say that, this man, the captain himself, coming into position at short, fine leg. Run there. So the advantage of having a Rahim Cornwall in the side is that you have someone who can clear the ropes with ease. Maybe the disadvantage is that quick singles are essentially taken out of the game, and that's not a knock on him. It's just not a natural part of his game. And so you get into the position where you want to be able to accelerate, but if you accelerate, there's only one way to accelerate with him.
And if you were a team playing against someone like Rahim Cornwall, the idea would to force him to run rather than to see him striking them all around the park, get him tired.
Oh, look at that field positioning. Nitish Kumar put himself exactly in the spot where that ball just went. It's a dot. 1 ball remaining here in over number 2. Good start with the ball. 9 runs from the over or from the innings so far. Just 2 from this over. Required rate 7.43.
Make him run or keep him off strike. That's what they have done this over.
Very much so. Well, Rahim Cornwall currently just 6 from 6. You saw that boundary that he had over extra cover. Lovely elevated extra cover drive. But for the most part, recently has been off strike. Last ball coming up. Slower delivery, launched down the ground, and it's going to go at least for 4. Let's see where it goes. In fact, it goes all the way for 6. Slow delivery went wrong. You said yesterday those slow balls have to be on a good length.
Yeah, and it's a good shot.
Yeah, not sure exactly what that replay was, but trust us, that last one just went for 6. There
Yeah, back of the hand, and he picked the length very quickly, picked the slower one and hit it over the top of that fielder over long on for the maximum. So good 6 to finish the over. After 2, it's 15 without loss.
Imran Khan. Swipe and a miss. Rahim Cornwall looking to play that one square. Missing out. Dot ball to start over number 3.
Just moving away, exposing all his 3 stumps, trying to make some room to play it on the offside. He misses us completely. So far, so good from Imran Khan.
Watch this one through 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
He's not happy.
No, he's
He
not.
wanted to see the umpire signaling a wide, but not a bad delivery at all. It can be at times frustrating because knowing the approach from 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is to go and start right from the word go.
Mhm.
So he's what now? Faced 8 deliveries for 6 runs.
Oh, over the top. This is coming toward us. So he's scored a couple of boundaries in this area. This is how he wants to start catching up.
Yeah, again a little bit wider, but it's in his zone. So it's easy to chip it over. He's already picked up a boundary, a little bit square on the offside. This is a little bit straighter, but still a very good shot. Knowing exactly where the gaps are. And he picks up another boundary.
More of that, please, if you are a fan of the Kingsman. Slower ball launched down the ground. That is the 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, you know. My goodness. That clears the entire field, including the fence. Ends up on field number 2. Pick
That's
6.
his signature shot. It's a lot fuller and allows him to free his arm. That is a beauty. He's teed off nicely, hasn't he? That's gone the distance. 4 followed by the maximum. So 10 and 2 deliveries for him. He gets going.
That is why 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is there. 16 from 10, 2 fours, and that's 6. Imran Khan needs to watch his length here. Oh, great delivery. What a comeback ball. Defended for no run.
Well, he hit him straight onto his boots, I can tell you that. Had it been a little bit straighter, he would have been in trouble. Yes, just trying to move his left leg away, and it goes straight into the boots. Well, not a bad idea for a bowler to target the stumps and target to bowl the Yorker on stumps.
Worked into the leg side. Started going for the run. Decided not to. Very interesting. But a productive over nonetheless. 10 runs come from it. End of over 3. The score is 25 and a loss. So 25 without loss after 3. Sohail Khan coming back for his second over. First over went for 8. It was a good one. Pulling straight. Back to the ball and no run.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the other bowlers. How do they deal with this opening pair? Looks pretty settled now with that 10 runs in the previous over. It just releases the pressure because before that, Imran Khan in that previous over was looking good. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 was struggling to time it, but when he got off and picked up his first boundary in that particular over, he had an earlier boundary, then he smashed one down the ground for the maximum.
Interestingly. So again, with the fielders inside the circle, they're all back on the edge of the circle because they know that he's not going to be sprinting quick singles. And so said it earlier, the element of quick singles is not going to be part of the game for the next several overs while 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is batting. So it puts sort of you in the position where you have to manufacture ways to score other than singles.
If it's a hit straight to the fielder, no chance whatsoever for Raheem to come over and look to get on strike.
That's off of something, don't know what, but it runs down to Primus in the deep. I'll just get a single.
And he gets on strike because the ball had gone in the deep. So easy for him to just stroll across to the striker's end.
Last three coming up there now in over number 4. You're down to the last 99 balls of this innings. You need 118. Required rate 7.15. Certainly within range. And it just requires a smart approach here for the Kingsmen. Nat Riders are a good bowling side. And again, I'm looking in particular for when they'll bring the spinning option into play. Down one spinner today because Captain Namanan War is back home. Appeal for a leg before and given. So Raheem Cornwall tries to hike this one over the leg side, misses a straight ball, and he is given out LBW 16 from 13, 2 4s and a 6. Kingsmen at 26 for 1.
Lovely from Sohail Khan. That's exactly what he wanted. It's again a slower delivery. Come in front. Yeah, they knew they were in business. And the umpire took a bit of a time and given that decision in the favor of the bowler. So Raheem Cornwall heads back to the pavilion. Kingsmen 26 for 1. Yeah, from the back of the hand, isn't it? It's a clever piece of bowling. Well disguised slower delivery. Very straight.
Clever piece of bowling indeed from the former Pakistani bowler. And you know that he has the ability to hit big, Raheem Cornwall. But I think Sohail Khan did a good job of mixing things up, not being predictable, and got Raheem Cornwall off balance.
That's a big wicket. It is a huge wicket because he was the one who stood tall in those 2 matches. So now it's up to the other batters to ensure that the work that he had done for his team in the previous 2 matches, someone else have to do it in this match. Well, this could turn out to be a tight contest. I just have that gut feeling.
So Saad Ali is the new batter. Ahmad Alam is the non-striker. He is 9 from 9 with a 6. Now, having said what we just did about the power that Raheem Cornwall has, we do reintroduce the option of running quick singles. So that's back into the equation. And I think we'll see here now that I'm not sure what the issue is. Just a chat with the captain, between the captain and umpire Nuruddin.
I really don't know what's going on here. Yeah, but probably a bit of a query. I really don't understand what's going on here. A bit of a chat in the middle. Pretty animated also.
Umpires are on the walkie-talkie, so not exactly sure. Interestingly, it may be about the impact player because Imran Khan was designated as the impact player. Did not see him go off, but I note that Ryan Bagani, who is not in the playing 11, is on the field. So I'm assuming he's been substituted in for the impact player.
Cannot be because
Okay.
if he's an impact player, then he has to continue. Maybe he's just gone out of the field to get some kind of a treatment. But we'll just have to wait and see what was that discussion all about.
Somebody smarter than you and me can figure this out. What do you think, sir? What was the explanation from your standpoint? So We suspected it had to do something with the impact player. And we'll allow everybody else to work out those details. Oh, last two balls coming up here in over number 4. New batter Sadly at the crease. Ooh, stayed in the air for a while. Didn't quite carry to Sahib Malhotra short cover.
Now they've got a slip in place, a wider slip for the left-hander. And that's a good move because they've just seen the back of the big man, Rakeem Cornwall. And they want to look to make more inroads. I would like to pick up more wickets here because it's not a very big total that they're defending here. If they can manage to pick up a couple of wickets here, then this can turn out to be a very good contest.
Also the cut. Look at that athletic piece of keeping by 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗓𝗓. Saves at least one run there. They're on their game here, and they're buoyed by the wicket that they just took. End of over number 4. The score's 26 for 1. Four overs in the books, 26 for 1. This is what I said earlier, Mr. Athana Khan. I wanted to see what happened when 𝗿𝗂𝗽𝐶𝗵 comes on. Quick, very tall, as you can see, around 6'4" or so. Gets good bounce, good carry ordinarily. I want to see what he can do with this pitch.
Well, we'll have to wait and see for your answer. We're taking their time to set the field, which is nothing wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to be spot on. Need to bowl to their field.
Skied. He may take a wicket with his first ball. Lahir Malantha. My goodness, he puts it down, and 𝗂𝗍𝗽 kicks the turf in disgust. He gets a life.
Oh, that's a poor miss. That is a poor miss. And the keeper was well in control. Yes, it's gone high up in the air, but he was nicely underneath it and then messes it up right at the end. Yeah, the bowler not happy. Now, why would he be? Could have picked up a wicket of his very first delivery in his very first over. So Ahmad Alam survives.
Wow. What a moment in this match. They could have been 27 for 2. That would have fired them up. And of course, if it goes that high, you have that much time, you want the man with the gloves to be the one taking it. You saw that brilliant piece of keeping at the other end from the last delivery of the previous over. This one, he puts it down. Played into the offside. Quick single. So, eventful start to the over. A couple singles, but one of them should have been a wicket.
Yeah, he messed it up, didn't he? I mean, he did go underneath the ball, but when the ball came close to him, he should have been caught in front, right up, somewhere around the chest or maybe just above the waist high. But you could see the keeper going up. So the ball, when it dropped into his gloves, it was at the eye level. The gloves were really up.
Short delivery cut into the deep. Ryan Bagani thought about coming in for the dive. Thinks better of it. It lands in front of him. 3 straight singles to start over number 5.
Yeah, it's a bit of a breeze, so he might have just moved at the very last moment. Well, that's gone.
My goodness, this is good work. 𝗿𝗂𝗽𝐶𝗵 making things happen. At least 2 chances that you've seen so far. Saad Ali, 1 from 3. Saw that single that he got off the second ball of this over. Now putting yourself in the position where you want to have something happen. Or you are getting something to happen, but you want one of the things that happens to be a wicket. Now a bit more of an aggressive field as Ryan Bagani is coming into that short gully. In fact, 2 men behind square on the offside. Looking to be much more aggressive here. Good take. Bouncing a second time before it got through to the keeper, but it's a dot.
Yeah, once in a while the ball has kept low, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the reason why the batter just misses it. Well, he's having some fun. He's practicing the 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃 signature shot.
Oh, goodness. So this is by no means an easy chase, but you've given them a life. How big will that miss be? Swipe and a miss, another dot ball.
Again, the ball keeping low. Not getting up. Signs that this pitch might be just going to a slower side. You just have to wait and see. It's only the fifth over. Let's keep an eye on the required run rate. It's just gone past 7.5 runs in an over. They're going at the moment 6 runs in an over, 29. And this is the fifth over. Certainly, they're fighting back for some good bowling. Knight Riders.
Bang on target. Only 3 runs from that over, and he should have had a wicket. Good first over for him, made a sif. Scores 29 for 1.
They can survive with that kind of a scaffolding because no great staff in Houston, that particularly on the island. Now again, there's a bit of a discussion between the two umpires and the skipper. We saw that a little while earlier, but we're not too sure what's that all about. What's the text? Can you ask around what's going on? We'll try to find out what is the matter because again, there's a bit of a delay here.
I would have to think that it would have to do with the use of the impact player. Again, Imran Khan is the impact player. Can't imagine exactly what the issue is, but umpire Nuruddin is absolutely not happy.
The keeper's quite animated.
Lohira Malanta it is, who's the keeper. Well, we wait for them to sort that out. Let's just go through where we are right now. Ahmad Alam, 11 from 11. No fours and the 6, but he was dropped on 10. Saw that earlier. Rakeem Cornwall, LBW, 16 from 13, 2 fours and a 6. And Saad Ali has faced 6 deliveries and has scored a single. For the bowlers, Imran Khan, who is the impact player as we talked about. 2 overs, none for 17. Sohail Khan, 2 overs, 1 for 9. And 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝗃 just had that over. Again, an over in which he should have taken a wicket.
Yeah, I thought the Knight Riders did a good job in the first 6 over when they batted. They were 50 for 1 in the first 6 over. At that stage, it looked like they might be going somewhere in the range of 160, 170, but they pulled it back. Kingsman, 73 after the first 10 overs. 101 for 5 after 15. And then in the last 5, they just tried to put some pressure, picking up 42 runs in the last 5. In the end, making 143, but still a lot of discussion in place. We'll inform the viewers as soon as we get some information.
In the meantime, change in bowling. It appears as though it will be some spin. Asad Rafiq will take up the action. from the northern end of the ground.
Someone is not happy at all looking at those pictures.
Very animated discussion. Still having that conversation from long distance. I don't know that we'll be ready to go for a while. Now, this is Imran Khan coming back onto the field and looking to see who is going off.
Now, this is too much of a delay.
Yeah.
It's 10 to 5. Well, this is only they've completed 5 overs, so 15 more overs to be bowled.
Anyway, that's the end of the delay. Flat batted. First delivery from Asad Rafiq, speared into the pads, no run.
Yeah, spin. And a good start from Asad Rafiq. Left arm orthodox.
Oh, winding up as if to play that one square behind point, ends up just tapping it into the covers, no run.
Yeah, you can see he was eyeing to play that square card, but then the ball never arrived. So it is getting a bit slower.
Yep. Oh, quick single. And they'll get that. So Sadali is going to be interesting to see how Sadali goes up against the left-handed orthodox bowler. Of course, Sadali being left-handed, any amount of turn will be into him. So immediately you see a man going back at the deep mid-wicket boundary. And then at the same time, you see the coverage on the offside being strengthened. This is an interesting moment in the game. Last over the power play. So 3 balls remaining here in the power play. You can be more defensive after this, of course.
Open spaces on the onside. Tap and run.
Acres of space. It's a good line, though. Keeping it outside the line of off stump. Not able to get anything worked into the leg side for Saad Ali.
Yeah, the bowler wanted an extra fielder on the onside. The captain refuses because he wants him to bowl and make sure whenever the batter plays, it stays on the offside.
Winds up and goes for the big hits. It's an interesting point. So when can the bowler put his foot down and say, no, here's where I want this man, compared to when does the captain say, here's the field I want, you bowl to that field?
Well, captain is the boss. And for a reason, he's a captain, so he would know his teammates and know exactly what he wants from his bowlers. To have that belief and trust. And it has to work both ways.
Very interesting. I want to hear more about that when we come back. 3 from the over. The score is 32 for 1 after 6. So Mayasif will be bowling his second over. Let's say you have a young captain. Let's say, remember, Graham Smith became captain of South Africa when he was, if I remember correctly, about 21, 22 years old. So Graham Smith is a captain, and you have Alan Donald, who is a senior fast bowler. Would you think or would you suggest that the senior fast bowler cannot say to the captain, no, here's how I bowl and here's where I want the man? You think the captain still is the one who would have to put his foot down there?
I think it's important to have a pre-discussion, not on the field, but off the field. I think that is more important. To be able to pass your message and to understand your bowlers, what he wants to do and what kind of field is he asking for. Is it the correct field set for the batter?
Mhm. Short delivery, pulled away into the deep. One bounce. Oh, goes away for 4, I believe. Yep. Deep fine leg could not get to it. 4 to start over number 7.
Yeah, it's a poor delivery. It's a short one. It's too short and too easy for him to put that away. One bounce to the fence. He got a bit of a hand, but he just couldn't pull it back. So it's a good start to the over now.
So it maybe didn't get that one to climb as much as he would have liked. But I think for me, the worst thing there was the line going down the leg side. Field for LBW. And given that ball did not get up at all, stayed low. 𝗂𝗧 has his first wicket. 36 for 2.
Yeah, after being hit for a boundary, that's a good comeback from the bowler, 𝗂𝗧𝗃. Bowling straight and the ball not really getting up. Yep, right in front. No hesitation from the umpire. So another wicket goes. Kingsman lose another wicket. It's 36 for 2.
So this is interesting. See some evidence here of, let's call it, slightly inconsistent bounce. Seen a number from this end particular when the ball is bowling from the southern end of the ground where the ball has stayed low. That's something to pay attention to the rest of the way. That's to the point that you made earlier. That's why you keep it on the stumps. So if it's going to be staying low, you have the chance of both bold and LBW coming into play.
Yeah, as a bowler, you need to understand the fact that what is the pitch behaving like. Again, a pretty animated discussion between the players and the match manager.
Still. Yep. So a bit of a struggle here. This is going to be 𝗵𝗛 Raja, who's coming to the wicket, joining Saad Ali, 2 from 8. 𝗵𝗛 Raja Jr. had, I think, what can be described as a relatively lean playoff season for the Kingsmen. Going into the last match of the playoffs, he had around 20 runs in 3 games. So he's a much better batter than that, obviously. But when he gets going, he can be a handful. He's a big hitter of the ball. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he can stay there long enough to impact the game with the bat.
Well, 𝗂𝗧𝗃 has been pretty impressive. He's asking questions. Among the wickets already, he could have been among the wicket in his very first over.
Right down to deep third. Immediately off the mark is 𝗵𝗛 Raja Jr.
Sloppy.
Coming back for the second. Boy, yeah, that was kind of sloppy. That should have only been 1. In fact, I already scored 1 in my scoring sheets. Take a look at this again. It's running it down the hill. Yeah, just that little hesitation, not picking it up cleanly. And good eye by 𝗵𝗛 Raja to realize that he had the opportunity to go back for that second run.
And not a great throw from the keeper. He took the gloves off. Had it been a little bit quicker and straighter, he was still struggling.
A bit of an issue here with 𝗂𝗧𝗃. Maybe a problem with a bandage on his finger, I would imagine. This is the 2024 Atlanta Open presented by Tariq Real Estate. This matchup featuring the Kingsmen and the Knight Riders United. This is a Group B matchup. Both teams at the top of the table. So the team that wins this match will stand alone in that position. Just to remind you where we are, the Knight Riders United scored 143 for 8. Kingsmen chasing 144 or 39 for 2 in over number 7. 2 delivers remaining in over number 7. 𝗂𝗧𝗃 has apparently fixed what was wrong, and he's ready to get going again. There's Raj on strike. In fact, the scorecard says 1, but he is back on strike, so he should be on 2. Oh, looks to pull this one around the corner. This one may have actually bounced a little bit more than he was expecting.
Yeah, the ball never arrives here. I mean, he gets into a good position,
Mhm.
but it comes so slowly on to him that he's through with the shot, and then that ball just comes on and hits the bat. That has been the problem.
Mhm.
I think that should favor the bowlers because knowing that slower nature of the pitch, all of a sudden, so it's definitely pace of the ball will be the key from the Pacers.
Last ball coming up here. Over number 7. Maybe asking a few questions. And the pitch also asking a few questions. Both of these batters are going to have to be very careful. Left-hander facing up to the right-hander to Maybe. No run there. Good close to the over. 8 runs came from it, but he took a wicket at the end of over number 7. The score is 4-2.
I reckon there's a ball left in the over.
Oh, oh. So you're saying when there's 5 balls bowled, there's 1 left. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, yeah, you should know that.
40-2. This would be the last ball of over number 7. And as I said, 40-2 after 6. So we're down to the last 7 to 8 deliveries in this innings, last 13 overs, if you will. 78 deliveries, 104 runs. So the required rate is exactly 8. Consistently going upward because the scoring rate is consistently slowing. 40 runs in 7 overs means that you're scoring at the rate of 5.71. Continuing with spin here, it's going to be a 𝗧 to continue. His first over went for just 3 runs, so he'll be buoyed by that effort. Looking to continue to put the pressure on. 𝗬𝗎 Raja having the ball turn away from him, left arm orthodox. Take a quick single here down to short third.
There's again a hint of turn here. I think this might just favor the bowling team because, as you pointed out, if you're looking at the required run rate, it's just gone above 8 now. And the ball will turn into the left-hander, so he has to pick the right one. We do know that when the spin is on, left arm orthodox to a left-hander batter, looking to sweep.
Oh, plays into the offside. Oh, wanted a quick single here. Oh, direct hit. What happens? He is gone. Oh my goodness. What a piece of fielding. The old rule, never run in a misfield, comes into play again.
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding piece of fielding. The ball also kept low, so he had to really dig it out. There you go. There was turn. It was to the left of the fielder. Yes, he missed it, and then picks it up and have a look at this throw. Bang on target. Brilliant.
Outstanding stuff in the cover region. That is such a good piece of fielding. Oh my goodness. I said the cover region. I meant the short mid-wicket position. Clean pickup and the direct hit. Okay, so a really interesting passage of play there. A direct hit at the non-striker's end. Beautiful piece of fielding. Sees the back of 𝗿𝗏 Raja. He had been having a lean patch, as I mentioned, and this is going to make things much more difficult. New batter is 𝗵𝗏 Kumar. And the examination of spin continues.
Yeah, now Kingsman in the spot of bother here. Remember, they're not chasing a big target, but they keep on losing wickets.
Oh, winding up to go for that big hit that came off a thick inside edge, though. Down to 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗃 at deep backward square leg. You've certainly lost a few wickets. That single goes down to backward square leg. That means that you now have the position of needing 102 runs for victory. But you've lost 3 wickets, and that required rate keeps climbing. Just 75 balls remaining, and this is now going to be 𝗵𝗏 Kumar on strike. Cheekily dropping this one down to short third for single.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too deep, isn't he? He's inside the circle, but fielders inside the circle, we need to understand that you are releasing the pressure. Even if you don't, the batters don't pick up boundaries, they're pretty happy and content with picking up singles, hitting straight to the fielder and picking up a single.
Oh, he knocked him over. That's the pressure you were talking about. That's what caused that shot. Misses that one, and his off stump is knocked back 43 for 4.
Yeah, in trouble, in trouble. That's a lovely piece of delivery. Yeah, puff of dust when he tried to play that shot. So there is something happening from the surface, and the spinner does the trick for Knight Riders. Another wicket goes. Kingsman, all of a sudden, are 43 for 4.
What, they've lost their left-handed batter, Saad Ali, and if I'm not mistaken, it is all right-handers left. 𝗵𝗏 Kumar is a good batter. He's at the crease now. Ahmad Azam, fresh off of a 50 in the finals in Dallas on Sunday, is striding to the crease. The captain has his team in the proverbial spot of bother. Just 1 ball remaining here in over number 8. The Kingsmen appear to be in trouble.
"26 without loss at one stage in 3.3 overs. And now staring down the barrel now. 43 for 4 in 7.5. That is really good from the Knight Riders. Applying the pressure and forcing the batters to play false shot.
This matchup for me is key. The captain, Ahmad Azam, at the crease. Here's off the back foot. She'll get a single from the last ball of over number 8. This is good stuff here from the Knight Riders United. Boy.
After 8, it's 44 for 4. You look at the worms there. Initially, it was going side by side, and after that first wicket falls, they've just gone down below.
Huge deviation there between the blue worm and the red worm. And the examination by spin continues, as this is going to be 𝗬𝗪𝗃. You saw him with the bat earlier, but now he's going to be asked to turn the ball away from these 2 right-handers. 𝗬𝗪𝗃, former Dallas Mustangs player. And when he was with the Dallas Mustangs, his captain is the man to whom he will be bowling right now, Ahmad Azam. Great delivery. They'll get a single here, but that ball showed a bit of turn and a bit of bite.
Well, I can tell you it's not going to be easy. The moment a spinner comes on, the ball is doing different things. At times, there's a bit of a bounce. At times, it is kept low. Not easy task. Not an easy task. And they need a partnership here, Kingsman. They need a pair to bat for another 4 or 5 overs without losing another wicket, because that run rate will creep up, the required run rate.
Oh, oh, grip and turn. Do we want to put a slip fielder in position here at the Ali Khan?
If I was the skipper, I would have one straight away because they're already 4 down, so that would apply a little bit more pressure.
Play it down the ground. Should just be a single. Good work in the deep. That is Asad Rafiq. We'll make sure that that's just one.
They've not been able to find the boundaries, which will allow the batter to be in a bit of a pressure, a little bit more pressure onto the batters, knowing that this is such an important game.
There goes Hamad Azam, and it is caught in the deep. In fact, absolutely brilliant. That is a big wicket. Absolute celebration around Ali. Sheikh celebrates. That is an absolutely huge wicket. Hamad Azam picks out deep mid wicket.
I know, because it was on, the shot was on, and he could not believe his luck. He's staring at his bat because the ball kept low. And that's the reason why the strike that he made with the bat didn't get the distance. That's why he was staring and he was looking. He thought he was on for a 6 here. Straight into the hands of deep mid wicket. Half of the side now back in the hat. Kingsman 46 for 5 in all sorts of trouble.
Oh my goodness. What a big wicket that one is. Hamad Azam, as I said, fresh off 50 in the finals, the minor league finals last Sunday. Probably their most dangerous, their most lethal hitter. He comes and he goes. Just one run added to his name. And I'll tell you what, now the Kingsmen are absolutely in trouble. The new batter is going to be Hassan Khan. Saw his exploits in the major leagues this year. I said earlier, he's really capable of affecting the game with both bat and ball, but he's now absolutely going to need to do it with the bat.
The Manhattans, over by over. It's just a loss of wickets, especially for Kingsman. That has hurt them in the chase. Now this total is looking like a big one.
Oh, my
Chase.
goodness. Well, I tell you what, there was a bit of turn there. He was coming down the track looking to play straight. Ball trickles to backward point. So that tells you that ball is leaving the right-handed batters. And there's your slip fielder in position. Oh my goodness. Bang on target, Ali Sheikh. What a first over for him. Just 3 runs. Make that 2 runs and a wicket. Brilliant stuff. And the end of over number 9, 46 for 5. Boy, as of right now, after Ali Sheikh, after Ali Khan, the Kingsmen are being dominated by the Knight Riders United. Dot ball to start over number 10, as this is going to be Asad Rafiq continuing.
Brian Walters, are you okay?
I'm really not, actually. Tossed up, struck down the ground, just a single down to Matthew Trump.
I really don't see how Kingsman from here on go on to chase. The required run rate is above 9 runs in an over, and you can see the puff of dust every time the bowler has bowled, especially when you're a spinner, which gives you an indication there's a lot of happening. There is turn, it's slowness of the wicket. It's going to be hard, a very hard task for Kingsman to go and win it from here. Someone needs to play a very, very special innings.
Wow. Tries a reverse sweep. Gets it in the middle of the bat, actually. Runs away down to deep third for 4.
Yeah, shots like that will release the pressure. Well, it's a good option from the batter. Yep. Up and over. Reverse. Plays it nicely over the top of the infield for a boundary. After a long time, a boundary for Kingsman. 50 on the board.
Tossed up, and that is hammered. That is a clean strike. Flat. Goes all the way for 6.
That is a terrific hit. Hassan Khan now turning it on here. A reverse and then a scorching looking sweep. Goes flat. Goes all the way.
Tossed up, played back to the bowler. Dot ball to close things out. But that's a good over. Score after 10, 56 for 5. $56 for 5 is what the scoreboard says officially. Unofficially, we think it's 57 for 5. We hope this game doesn't end with a margin of victory of 1 run.
That could be some issues. Yeah.
Would certainly cause issues, Mr. Vinod Mamchan. Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.